G'day buddies, I am Jacaro Toro, and on this channel I talk about Australian Aboriginal languages, predominantly about languages of the Pama-Nyungan family. So, all people who have been to Australia have noted, I'm sure, that there are a number of characteristic greetings there. That is to say, greetings that are characteristic to Australian English. G'day mate is very common. You may also hear G'day buddy, and perhaps G'day cobba. And these greetings are always followed by how you going? To which you are supposed to reply, I'm alright mate, no worries. At least that is my impression, that is what you are supposed to reply to that question. So we might ask ourselves, what about the Australian Aboriginal languages? How do Aborigines greet each other when they meet? Yeah, and here's the thing, they don't. No, they actually don't. Australia as a linguistic area, when we're talking about the original languages, Australia as a linguistic area is known as an area where the languages do not have greetings. And why not? Well, think about it. When you say hi to someone, how are you? And so on. It's a convention that dictates that you should say that or something similar in your cultural context. But there is nothing that says that you have to greet someone in a particular way the first time you meet them that day, or, whenever. Whatever the interval may be since you last met them. And Australian Aboriginal languages then don't have greetings. When you meet someone you don't know, you're supposed to tell them your name. This is what I would say in the Ngara language of northwestern Western Australia, a language which I have studied. Toro is my Aboriginal name. So you're supposed to say your name and your clan affiliation, what clan you belong to in the clan system. Australian Aborigines have very elaborate and complicated clan systems. So, if you would meet someone who didn't introduce themselves, this is what you could ask them in Ngara. Yulari yininga jaba, ngaranga mori nyimba. So, let's go through this. Yulari, tell, imperative, and this symbol means that there is no ending, no suffix for imperative in this verbal conjugation. Also, in case anyone is interested, this is actually a complex verb. Yes, tell, ngajaba, me, first person singular locative. Tell me, name, yini. Ngaragao is who, the polite form. When you're meeting someone you don't know, you want to be polite, of course. So who, mori, is an intensifier. And nyimba, second person singular absolutive pronoun. So tell me your name and who you really are is what this means. And I would respond, as I said, Yiningaya Toro. You can also flip this around. Toro Yiningaya works equally well. My name is Toro. And Panaga Ngaya. Panaga is the clan I have been adopted into. And you can flip this around here too. Ngaya Panaga. So perhaps people are aware that Merry Christmas, this English expression, becomes Melikaliki Makka in Hawaiian. That is the Hawaiian language. So when this English expression is brought into Hawaiian, this is what we end up with. The reason being that Hawaiian has much fewer phonemes, distinctive speech sounds, than does English, and also because Hawaiian has radically different phonotactic constraints, which dictate in what order sounds may occur within words. So this fact that Merry Christmas becomes Melikaliki Makka in Hawaiian got me thinking, what would it become in Ngara, the Ngara language, if it was brought in? So we would end up with something like this. And in my opinion, this is much closer to English Merry Christmas than is Melikaliki Makka, although the Australian Aboriginal languages, at least Pama-Nyungan languages, often also have much fewer speech sounds than English. So let's look at this, shall we? So first we have Merry, obviously. In Ngara, whenever a consonant is produced, the consonant sound is produced with the tip of the tongue pointing backwards, like the vowel before becomes we write it with an I, nevertheless, but it becomes in pronunciation. So this is Murray. Murray. Pretty close, I think. And if we look at Christmas, K and cannot occur next to each other. So we get the same again. Then we have I. No problem there. Pama-Nyungan languages and Australian languages in general tend not to have the S sound. So when English words are borrowed into these languages, English words that include S, it is substituted for another sound which has the same place of articulation in the mouth, the same or similar place of articulation, I should say. So in Ngara, instead of S, we usually find J. There needs to be a vowel between J and M. I have inserted U. I don't intend here and now to go into my reasons for why I have chosen U here. There are reasons. Suffice to say, perhaps. So, and in the end of Christmas we have S again, which becomes J. In Ngara, words cannot end on J. And I choose an U again. And there are reasons this time too. So what we end up with is Murray Korijumaju. And I wish to wish everyone a Murray Korijumaju and see you later.